Hello my friends! Have you seen the new episode of Walking Dead? If don't, I don't want to say too much spoiler alerts, but there was one knife throwing scene and it was really bad. I will play you the clip right now. The first throw wasn't that bad, except the knife looks like goddamn pistol. But mainly try to notice what the second girl doing. That was really weird, right? We are going to break down that scene. I will explain you why it was so bad, and I will also show you the good example. So, let's get started. Okay guys, so at first she drew the knife and it really looks like she don't know how to grab it. So she pulled it on her shoulder like it was freaking bazooka and she made a throw. Knife stick, but it was with the flick of the wrist, and that's the very big mistake. Because if you do that, knife will spin way too fast and you have to stay really close to the target. From longer distance, it will spin more times, like this 1.5 spin. But what if you want to hunt zombies and throw instinctive? That means you can stick a knife from anywhere without market distances. And well, if you see during my experiment, it didn't work very well. I was trying this nonsense for a few more minutes, but I had to give up. This technique is definitely not for instinctive throwing. What I really think is that the producers, instead of hire a knife throwing expert, give this job to some random dude that was throwing darts, because it looks very similar. George arrived on the scene, so I let him try this deadly technique as well. You can also notice, guys, how we have to be so close to the target. That could be really dangerous, especially for a beginner. Okay, we have to stop this crap and let's learn some legit knife throwing. The right technique they should teach people on the show is called conventional half spin, and this is the easiest way how you can stick a knife within a few minutes. And also for these purposes, for now, I will use a sharp knife because that's what they did on the show. But I really don't recommend it, especially if you are a newbie, because you can easily cut yourself. And now for the technique. You hold your knife from the side and you will stay in the relaxed position and bend your knees. Right after that, pull your arm to the back and let the knife slide out of your hand, but don't flick with the wrist. Never rush into your throws, take your time and keep your wrist locked. It might look easy, but it will definitely take you some time. So be patient, but it's really worth it, because this technique is very accurate and it could be really great for competition. The best way to use this technique is of course with throwing knife. Because we are not using sharp edges, you can your hand wrap around the blade and you will have higher percentage of sticks. And by the way, stick like that is what you're looking for, because it's right in the middle of the target and in the great angle. Now few more examples with non-sharp knife, and right after that I will show you other good stuff, so don't go anywhere, my friends. Do you remember when I was talking about instinctive knife throwing in the beginning? With this technique you can definitely do it. It will take you much more time than with market distances, but it's definitely possible. You just have to learn when and how release your knife. But like I said, this instinctive throwing is more for advanced throwers. So let's get back to the basics. Since we have George here today and he never tried this technique before, it's a great opportunity that you can learn this technique with him. So let's see how long it will take us to make a first stick. And also, I will try to comment during the video what George doing wrong. For example, for last throw, he flicked with his wrist, and as you know, that's a mistake. So I fixed his distance, but he did it again. And we have another wrist flick. So now I'm explaining to George that maybe he should hold his knife a little bit different, because if you hold it way too tight or way too loose, it's not good. Best way is something in the middle. You have to figure it out for yourself. When you will learn how to do this technique, don't change your grip. Always do the same thing. If it works, of course. And finally, even George made his stick. So as you can see, it literally took us 2 minutes. But keep practicing a lot, because if you make one stick, that doesn't mean that you can do it. Another thing that can mess you up is not correct distance. So if you over-rotate, you have to make few steps forward. And if you under-rotate, you have to make few steps back. And again, it's up to you to find the best way possible. After several tries and awkward fist bump, George learned this technique with no problems. So today I showed you conventional style. But there is also military style of house spin. Control with the thumb. And instinctive style. Controlled with the index finger, very similar to no spin. And all of them work really great. Last but not least, with this conventional style, you can also do many interesting trick shots. The possibilities are endless. And that's it for today, guys. As you have seen, the knife throwing in Walking Dead is totally unrealistic. So if you want to learn how to be better knife thrower, stick with me on this channel. And that's it. So thank you everyone for watching. Share, like, comment, subscribe. and see you next time.